Higgins.
Alex Higgins to break.
From 4-0 down in the interval, Higgins pulls back to 4-3, and it's his break now in frame 8. Well, certainly we've not seen any classical snooker from these two great players yet, but it's been exciting. It's been close, there's been misses, there's been unforced errors from both players. There's been some great shots, some tremendous safety play. And you never know. Funny game that snooker is, we could be in for a classic. Alex is looking at these two balls, see for the plant. Was never quite on. Now dangerous. If Steve Davis was cueing really well, I think you'd fancy him to make a very big break from this position.
One. Eight. Nine. Sixteen. 17.
'And the break goes to 24, and Steve goes down for the loose red below the blue spot. He'll be glad to have this chance to get an early lead in this frame. He's not been playing at all well the last 3 frames. Missing some extraordinary shots.
$29. 30.
Just got the angle on the blue there. Can run off this blue. Alternatively screw back onto the red. He must have spotted a red there in the pack that goes. I think 35. It'll be the 3rd red up as we look at it. And he'll run through this gently, nudging the other reds on the way. Break open the red and get himself on the
36.
black. Now, this is a big shot for this break. He's a little bit further up the table he'd prefer. An awkward positional clip. Now he's going to have to cue this squarely awkwardly. And again, this will open up another red.
44.
And the break moves very sweetly to 44. Well, that break brings the break to 51, that black, and that's the highest break so far in this final.
51.
I'm tempted to think there should be more to come.
52.
Of course, there's no prize for a high break in this event. It's 500,000 Hong Kong dollar winner take all. These great players know the risks when they enter these tournaments. So, irrespective, the best thing a high break can do is, of course, to win you the frame. Davis is well on his way to winning this
60.
one. Break goes to 60. Straightforward pink in the middle bag. He remains in perfect position. Referee Joseph lowers spots
66.
to pink. This black will mean that Alex Higgins will require snookers in this frame. But it's been a superb break so far. When Davis is playing like this, he doesn't need commentary. So
74.
the break moves to 74.
75.
Well, Jimmy White's enjoying this break so much, he's asked to go down and watch it from a bit closer distance, so we'll have to do without his commentary for this frame. And I must say, this looks a bit more like vintage Davis. The tempo's returned to the cueing action. And there's more of a smoother click to the balls going into the pockets.
81.
The most important thing is the frame is, of course, one. I know Steve loves to give
82.
an overseas crowd the chance to see a big break.
'89.
It's a lovely shot. Pulling the only difficult red out into the open. The break goes to 90. And this pink, tough shot that it is, could bring a 100 break. Well, this is much more like Steve Davis. The break's 96.
96. '97.
Well, a long blue now for the 100 break. This will take the break to 102. The crowd applaud a century, the first century of this year's Hong Kong Snooker Gold Cup. And this is a tough little push. Yes. When the balls are so close, it's difficult to see what we can do. The break's 102. Steve Davis is assured of a 5-frame to 3 lead in this, the final of the Hong Kong Snooker Gold Cup. Frame 9 begins. Steve Davis leads 5 frames to 3, and it's his break. It's best of 11 frame match, needing 1 frame for victory. But you can never write Alex Higgins off. It was 2-0 down to Jimmy White earlier in this series, 47-0 down in the 3rd frame, and still came back to win 3-2. So it wouldn't surprise anybody to see him eventually winning this game. But it must be said, the 100 break from Steve Davis in frame 8 will give him a lot of confidence. Steve was beaten by Alex Higgins 3-2 in the round robin earlier, but managed to defeat Jimmy White 3 frames to 1 to secure his place in the final. Oh dear, oh dear. Well, I think Alex got away with that, but he completely missed the ball he was aiming for. He was going for a very thin cut in the red, and as a result missed it, and ended up in what can only be described as a sea of reds. Still, no big advantage to Steve Davis. It's a super little shot from Steve. Plays his safety shot, but it may well cannon the brown, which could give Steve a chance. As this is the first Hong Kong Snooker Gold Cup. Previous years, the tournament's been called the Hong Kong Snooker Masters. It's felt this year that to give some variety to the snooker, a 3-player round robin with arguably the 3 greatest legends in snooker would give the Hong Kong spectators chance to see a different type of snooker. Steve Davis, Jimmy White, Alex Higgins made up the field, and Jimmy White was lost in the round robin event. The 5-frame round robin that brought out these two players into the final. Steve slightly underhit that safety shot. Alex missed another chance, but nevertheless, safety was on his mind. Hong Kong's been leading the way in the development of snooker in Asia. Certainly the biggest names in sport have been regular visitors to the island. And it seems set to continue in the next few years as well. Another great safety shot from Steve Davis. Absolutely superb shot. The players love playing in Hong Kong, of course. The crowd are so knowledgeable. There are innumerable snooker centres throughout Hong Kong. And they all have their favourites. Jimmy White's a very big favourite in Hong Kong. The crowd were disappointed to see him go out. What a final we're seeing here, though. Steve Davis and Alex Higgins. 5-3 to the world champion. Having been 4-0 up, pegged back to 4-3, and then that remarkable 102 break, putting him in within one frame of victory. Not to mention the $500,000 first prize. Good shot from Alex Higgins. Both players showing each other the greatest of respect. Difficult to find two players or people with more diametrically opposed lifestyles and playing styles. Steve Davis, orthodox tactician. Alex Higgins, flamboyant genius. A great safety shot from Steve Davis there. Higgins tempestuous off the table. Davis quiet to almost being a recluse. That's why these two produce a certain chemistry which the Hong Kong crowd are witnessing tonight. And produces shots like that. Even Steve Davis smiles and sits down. The audience loved it. And there's the man himself. Alexander Gordon Higgins.
Quiet, please.
40 years old and still thrilling crowds across the world. A little smile on his face. He's such a showman. And he was just as... No, he's in perfect position now.
3.
He can get on the black. He'll be looking to have a sizable break himself. Oh dear, what a shot. What a shot Mr. Higgins tried there.
Alex Higgins.
A terribly difficult shot. Enormous dividends had he made it, but at this stage of the game, one has to say, that was risky to the extreme. Steve now one pot away from position. Finds himself in the balls again. He gets through to pot the red that Alex just missed. If he can get the right side of the blue, which he does. It's a little stand. Screw back. That's it. Now,
6.
pumps in the red. He could be in good position. Now Steve will be thinking about winning the frame and the match from this position. And this itself brings on a different type of pressure. Some players don't feel the pressure until they see the winning line. A great player jumps over the winning line, others stumble. But Davis will definitely be thinking now of maybe not the 500,000 Hong Kong dollars, but certainly the trophy that belongs to the Hong Kong Snooker Gold Cup. Break goes to 22. The idea now is to do everything easily. No need to take on any difficult shots. Cue ball should never be more than 12 inches away from the object ball. Slightly shortened position there. And this will break all the reds up, this shot. And in fact, missed that by a long way.
Steve Davis, 30.
No, 30 break is not enough from that position. It's Alex Higgins back to the table. I think Alex thought he was going to lose a frame from there, so he'll be very pleased to get another chance.
One.
Alex asks for the ball to be cleaned. Referee Joseph Lowe obliges. Well, Alex flicked one red free then. This will go into the middle pocket. Alex's difficulty is not getting on the colour, it's getting from the colour, the next colour, back up to the pile of reds.
Nine.
There's two chances here, two choices. He could roll behind the brown, or he can try and keep the break going by clipping in the green. And that's a good shot. It's going to be perfect on the red behind the black. He'll probably screw back off this red. The side cushion, touch aside, back onto the black.
13.
Now he has a type of angle here. He's going to try and stun off the black into those pack of reds behind the pink. And he's been rather unlucky there, I think. I'm not sure if the red goes in the middle. He obviously thinks it does. Yes, that's a good shot.
21.
No, he's in good position here, Alex. There's 2 or 3 reds in the open. He's only 1 point behind Steve Davis.
26.
Points are all level, and that pink takes Alex Higgins 6 points in front.
33. 34. 40. 41.
Well, Alex has played to kiss the red out from the side cushion there, which he has achieved. Still not an easy shot, but his break goes to 41 and makes it 14 points clear of Steve Davis. This pink will make his break 47. And that's Alex's highest break of the final to date.
47.
There's still plenty of work left in this frame. And a rather hasty
Higgins,
double.
47.
Nevertheless, the last three reds are all in a fairly safe position. So with 20 points advantage to Alex Higgins, it's still anybody's frame. Now Alex has taken that shot on. I think he's got away with it. Just about. Another few inches and the red will have gone in the middle pocket. Nevertheless, there is a thin cut on this red into the yellow pocket, bottom left-hand pocket, which Davis could take on. But as usual, I think he's opted in for safety. Possibly with a double to safety. If this should go in, well, slightly unfortunate there. He didn't get any position on the black, and he'll probably just roll up behind this black to leave Alex snookered.
Steve Davis, 1.
And that could be a better shot than potting another ball. Two reds now are in the open. The colours are all potable. 19 points advantage to Alex Higgins. Tactical advantage to Steve Davis. Alex will be looking to leave the white ball in a position where, should he happen to miss a red, Davis doesn't have a clear potting opportunity. Well, he's asking for it to go behind the black. It nearly does. But he's got out of that fairly well. He has left Davis an outside chance of red in the bottom, which Steve may well take on. It's not easy. It's not easy, and if it clicks, well, I think Davis has got away with it as well. If it had kissed, it would have given Higgins a frame. And Alex is going. Another safety shot. The green's in, and the white's kissed. I think he's going to be lucky because the green ball will go on its spot.
Steve Davis, 4.
No, of course, the green spot is the right-hand side, and that could be very expensive for Alex Higgins. 15 points advantage. But now, surely, Steve Davis is going to be hoping to win the frame from here. Now Steve has got to pot a colour to get on this red in the middle pocket. Tempted with a green. Takes a blue. Now, one good shot here now. And Steve Davis will just be a few balls away from 500,000 Hong Kong dollars. Approximately 40,000 pounds sterling.
7.
To add to his prize winning last year of some 700,000 pounds. Start his new season in devastating style. 3 points behind now. The brown slightly awkward. Brown to blue may be a tough shot.
14.
Now obviously he's going to try and leave himself an angle on the browns, come up for the blue. There's 1 point behind. The green will take Steve Davis 2 points in front. And that looks to be about perfect. Well, Alex Higgins can only sit and watch at this stage. This is the ball. Yes, and Steve Davis has slotted that in perfectly. He's in prime position now, 6 points clear. He needs blue and pink for the 1989 Hong Kong Snooker Gold Cup. There goes the blue.
6.
And it seems as if we're back to where we started. World champion Steve Davis has this pink to win 500,000 Hong Kong dollars and the Gold Cup for 1989. It's there. A handshake from Alex Higgins, nods from both players. They know each other from old. Referee Joseph Lowe congratulates both players. A wonderful win for Steve Davis. The crowd, once again, thoroughly appreciative of this modern-day genius. 6 frames to 3. Steve Davis wins the Gold Cup.